I never imagined my sister could betray me like this. A missing wedding dress turned into a nightmare Dot. She stole it and smiled while doing it. Dot, even my family seemed to side with her. I felt completely abandoned with no one to turn to. Then I discovered she wasn't just ruining my wedding. She wanted everything I had. I still remember the moment I realized my world had completely flipped upside down. I walked into my bedroom that Saturday morning, ready to grab my favorite sweater, and froze. My wedding dress was gone. Not just moved to the laundry or shoved in the closet, gone. And I knew immediately, with a sinking feeling that hollowed my chest, that no one was going to tell me where it went. I screamed my sister's name across the apartment. "Emily, where is it?" My voice cracked, echoing off the walls of our tiny New York City apartment. There was silence. Then footsteps. Her soft, casual footsteps, but she didn't meet my eyes. I don't know what you're talking about," she said, her voice so calm, so unnervingly calm. My heart hammered against my ribs, a drum of panic and disbelief. How could she act like she hadn't touched it? "You're lying," I spat, advancing toward her. "It was right here. My dress, my wedding. How could you even— why would you—" My voice trailed off because I couldn't even comprehend it. Emily had always been jealous of me, sure, but this? Stealing my wedding dress? That was a level of betrayal I hadn't been ready for. Emily shrugged, tilting her head with that fake, sweet smile she always wore when she was about to twist the knife. "Maybe it's better you calm down before you ruin everything." I blinked, confused. Calm down? I'm getting married in 3 days, Emily. That dress, it was everything. My voice cracked again, and this time she didn't flinch. "Look, don't overreact," she said, finally meeting my eyes, her own sparkling with something I didn't recognize. Malice. "You'll find something else. It's not the end of the world." I froze, staring at her like she'd grown a second head. This wasn't just jealousy, it was deliberate, a full-on sabotage. And that's when the panic hit me. If Emily could steal the dress, what else was she capable of? I tried calling my mom, thinking she'd help, thinking maybe I was overreacting. But the moment I mentioned the dress, her voice shifted, cold and detached. Oh, I see," she said slowly. "Well, maybe it's for the best." "For the best? Are you serious?" I could feel my throat tighten. My mom, my mother, wasn't going to help me. She was brushing it off. And in that instant, everything I thought I knew about my family shattered. I spent the next hour searching the apartment, throwing open drawers, tossing hangers aside, turning the bedroom upside down. Nothing. And then a notification pinged on my phone. A picture of my dress, perfectly folded on a chair, but it wasn't in our apartment. It was in Emily's, with a caption that made my stomach drop. "Looks better on me." I dropped my phone. I couldn't breathe. Rage, disbelief, and heartbreak all twisted inside me like a knife. I ran to her apartment door, pounding until she opened it, smirking like a cat who had just caught a bird. "Give it back," I demanded, trembling. "Now." "No," she said, leaning against the doorframe. "Maybe you'll finally understand how it feels to be replaced. Or forgotten." The words hit me like a brick. I froze. Replaced. Forgotten. Suddenly, it wasn't just about the dress, it was everything. All the subtle ways she had always undermined me, the lies, the little betrayals. It all clicked. And worse, if she had done this, what else had she been doing behind my back? I ran back home, tears blurring my vision. I dialed my fiancé, Mark, who had been working late, hoping he could calm me down. He answered, tired but cheerful. "Hey, babe, what's—" I couldn't even speak. I just handed the phone to my mom. And then she said it. The words that shattered me. We think Emily might have been trying to ruin your wedding. My mind froze. Ruin my wedding? I spent the rest of the day trying to piece together what had happened. Emily had been acting strange for weeks, sneaking texts, whispering on the phone. At first, I thought it was just normal teenage drama. She was 22, I was 27, but now it all seemed sinister. My heart raced. Was it just the dress? Or had she been plotting for months? I couldn't trust anyone. Not my mom, not Emily, maybe not even Mark. The thought made my chest tighten with suffocating anxiety. And then, the text that made me gasp. A video. It was Emily. She had worn my dress, standing in front of the mirror, twirling slowly, laughing. And she whispered something that made my blood run cold. Soon, everyone will forget her. She'll never be the center again. I dropped my phone. My knees buckled. How could someone I trusted so much, someone I called my sister, be capable of such cruelty? I felt like I was watching my life collapse in slow motion. I tried to call her, to yell, to beg, but the call went straight to voicemail. And then I remembered something. Mark had mentioned a gift Emily gave me weeks ago, a good luck charm for the wedding. I tore my room apart and found it. A small box, elegant like jewelry. I opened it and my heart sank. Inside was a folded note, written in her precise, mocking handwriting. "This is just the beginning. Wait and see." The words glared at me like fire. My wedding wasn't just in danger. My whole life might be in danger. I ran out into the street, my vision blurred with tears and panic. I needed answers. I needed help. I called my best friend Sarah, who had always been a rock for me. But before I could even explain, I heard someone calling my name from across the street. It was Emily. Smiling, calm, almost angelic in the chaos she had created. She walked toward me slowly, like she owned the world. And in that moment, I realized she did own it. Or at least, she thought she did. "You really thought you could have everything, didn't you?" she said softly, circling me like a predator. "Well, maybe it's time for you to lose something, starting with your perfect little wedding." I wanted to scream, to attack, to make her get back my dress, but a small, cold part of me knew this wasn't over. It was just the beginning, and deep down, I wondered, if she could do this to me, what else was she capable of? And that's when my phone buzzed again. A text from Mark, only this time it wasn't just words. It was a picture. Emily holding another gift, one addressed to him. I stared at the screen. My stomach dropped, my head spun. My sister hadn't just stolen my dress. She was planning something far bigger. Something that could destroy everything I loved. I felt my knees weaken. I had no idea how far she would go. And worse, I didn't know if anyone could stop her. The street seemed to close in around me, the city noises fading as panic set in. Emily smiled again, that same horrifying, smug smile. And then she whispered, "See you at the wedding. Or maybe you won't." I froze. The night before my wedding, sleep was impossible. Every creak of the apartment floor, every shadow in the hallway made me jump. Emily's words replayed in my head. "See you at the wedding. Or maybe you won't." Mark tried to calm me, wrapping his arms around me as I shook with fear. "Babe, it's going to be okay. She's your sister. She wouldn't..." But I didn't believe him. Not anymore. Not after the dress, not after the video, not after the good luck charm that now felt like a warning. The morning came, gray and heavy. I stood in front of the mirror, trying to make sense of my emotions. Anger, fear, heartbreak, but also determination. I refused to let Emily win. She might have my dress, but she wouldn't ruin my life. I grabbed my phone. First call. Sarah. Sarah, I need you here, now. Emily's planning something, I whispered, voice shaking. Already on my way, she said. Her voice was steady, grounding. We spent the next hour going over every detail. The dress, the video, the gifts, her strange behavior. Sarah's sharp mind helped me see patterns I had missed in my panic. Emily had been manipulating people for months. Small lies, rumors, favors turned into debts. But why? Was it just jealousy? Or something darker? Then my phone buzzed again. Mark. I answered, dread pooling in my stomach. Babe, Emily just showed up at the venue. She says she's bringing something special for you. I froze. My wedding was in 3 hours. The venue was beautiful, decorated with flowers and candles. And somewhere inside, my stolen dress awaited. I ran to the car, Sarah following. The city blurred past as we sped toward the venue, panic clawing at my chest. When we arrived, I saw her. Emily, standing in the middle of the grand hall, holding a large wrapped box. She smiled, that same smug, terrifying smile. Emily, I shouted, step away from it. She tilted her head. Or what? Are you going to cry? Beg? It's a little late for that, don't you think? I felt something inside me snap. I lunged forward, grabbing the box, but she pulled it back, laughing. Not so fast, she said. And then she dropped it. I froze. The box slid across the marble floor and landed at my feet. Slowly, I opened it. Inside was my wedding dress, folded neatly, pristine. I blinked, heart hammering. Was it over? Had she finally stopped? But then I noticed something else. A note, Emily's handwriting. You can have the dress, but he's mine now. My blood ran cold. What do you mean? I whispered. Mark appeared behind me, confused. Mine now? What's going on? Emily stepped closer, her smirk widening. Oh, you'll see. You really thought this was about a dress? It's never been about a dress. And then it hit me. The gift she had sent him weeks ago, the one I hadn't understood. My stomach twisted. Emily wasn't just trying to ruin my wedding. She was trying to take Mark from me. I looked at him, panic rising. Mark, she's been... But he wasn't looking at me. He was staring at Emily. And I realized with a sickening twist that I had never truly seen Emily's manipulations until now. She had been planting seeds of doubt, little compliments, shared secrets, until Mark had started leaning toward her. No, I whispered, this can't be happening. Emily took a step closer. It's happening, and you can't stop it. I wanted to scream, to fight, to grab Mark and run. But before I could, Emily's phone buzzed. She looked down, startled. And then her expression changed. The smirk disappeared. Panic flashed in her eyes. What is it? I demanded, heart racing. A text from my mother. Emily, we know everything. Stop now. Emily's face went pale. She glanced around, realizing for the first time that she wasn't in control. The room felt smaller, tighter, like a cage. And then she did something I never expected. She dropped the box. The dress slid across the floor again and ran out of the venue, screaming something about ruined forever. Mark turned to me, confusion and relief battling in his eyes. What just happened? I sank to the floor, tears streaming. The dress was back. Emily had fled. And for the first time since this nightmare began, I felt free. But even as relief washed over me, a small, cold voice whispered in my head. Emily hadn't given up. She never would. I looked at the note she left behind. This isn't over. And I knew with a deep, chilling certainty that the war wasn't finished. Emily had lost this battle, but the war, that was far from over. I straightened, gripping Mark's hand. We had survived her storm, but the storm wasn't gone. It was waiting, watching. And next time, it might be far worse. But in that moment, for the first time in weeks, I felt like I could breathe. And I knew I would never let her win again.